Hello, sports movie fans, and welcome to Locker Room Flicks Podcast. I'm your host, Frank Sullivan, and with me is my co-host, Frank Darling. Frank, how are you this fine Sunday morning?
Yeah. Very good. Nice day today. Be in the probably low 80s. Like
Very
70 good. At night. It's been nice. Starting to cool down at night. So.
Yeah, it's let me tell you, it's cool. It's getting cool. Hey, we had a day where last week it was kind of warm. But it's cool. It's cooling down a bit. I think you'll need your winter clothes.
Yeah, your nights are starting to get in the 30s again. So.
Yeah. Do you have?
Yeah.
Do you have clothes up here, or do you just bring? Yeah, you do.
No, I have them. I have them all there.
All there.
I have a lot of clothes there, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I got a winter coat there. And
it's funny.
I won't bring nothing. Most likely, I won't, unless I want to bring a couple extra things.
Well, that's nice too, because you have a spot, and then you don't have to worry about really packing like a bag.
No, and it's nice. We have
backpack.
we have little bureaus on both sides of the bed, and I put some stuff in there. But then we have the shelving I made in the thing, and I just put all my clothes in there. So I'm really out of the way. So somebody else stays there, they don't have to worry about my stuff. So
yeah, and you just kind of we could just bring maybe like a backpack with some things.
Yeah.
That's good.
Remember, we're driving, so I can bring anything I want. So.
Wow. Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Yes, my dad was up here. When was he here? Yesterday. He's up for a month. He stayed at an Airbnb.
Okay.
And he came over and was playing with the little one on the floor. So that was interesting. But yeah, I don't know if he's done with Florida, but we'll see what happens.
Just by himself, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's good.
That's really it. How's the weekend? You got any plans for yesterday, or would you got anything you plan on doing today?
Oh no, not really. Well, we're putting up all the holiday stuff. We get it done now because by the time we come back, it's almost December. So
no, you're right. I mean, and
the tree's up.
You're not really hosting like people over for Thanksgiving or whatever. So
no, none of that. We'll have some probably people over just for some of the lady friends that we have. They'll be over. We actually went. Guess where we went last night? Went to Kobe's. I don't know if you know what Kobe's is. Japanese.
Oh, wow. Japanese.
Hibachi.
Yeah.
Well, it was somebody's birthday. It was her birthday. Sherry. She's 60. So that was cool. Yeah, it was good.
You know what? And it's funny too because the food's kind of healthy too, and it's good because for the most part, it's they cook chicken, steak. It's not really deep fried or really if you have hibachi, there's veggies and even the rice isn't really that bad.
No, and it's fresh. It's made right in front of you, which is cool.
Dinner at a show, right?
Yeah, it's not cheap though. It's not cheap.
No,
it's like $108.
How much?
Yeah, 108 because they put an 18%
for the both of you.
Yeah,
both, yeah. So. Yeah, that's not bad.
It was fun though. Once in a while is nice,
Makes me want to go to medieval times.
I know they have it here too.
There's one in Jersey it's like North Jersey. It's not too far.
Oh, they have one there.
Yeah, it's like right around the Meadowlands. I don't know if you call them that anymore. But right around there, it's like North Jersey. We did a long time ago for like an anniversary. I forget.
Yeah.
It was fun.
That's fun though.
It's fun. It's something different,
Yeah.
And I know the one closer here has they have like a torture museum where you walk through it and shows you all the different torture contraptions they had.
So you got a medieval times there in Connecticut?
North Jersey.
Oh, North Jersey. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow.
I want to say it's really not far. Let me look and see here. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, it could be a couple hours, maybe, not even.
Medieval times. An hour and 44.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
No.
It's a nice ride. That's a nice ride, yeah.
It's actually closer than I thought. Anyways, yes. So, that's good. What we do last night? I was playing video games last night with your son there.
Hey!
Listen, man, I don't know how he still. So the Call of Duty it came out. It was Black Ops, and we were huge into zombies, and I haven't played Call of Duty. I haven't played the zombies in like a long time.
Yeah,
and they were like, "Hey, someone was telling me it's free if you have Game Pass." I was like, "Really?"
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, sure enough, free. Downloaded it.
Really?
Yeah, and I ended up playing. It's funny because I play with him, with Johnny, and two other guys. The one guy that's in Canada who's 2 hours behind.
Right.
Which that's where he kills me because I text him. I'm ready for bed at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm like, hey, who's going to be on tonight? And he sends me a picture from his work site because I think he's 3 hours. Or no, 2. He's like still at work. I'm like,
oh, okay.
God. So I'm talking. So John's on at 10. I'm talking with him. We started up a little bit, and then they slowly trickle on late at night. 10, and then 10:45, the other guy comes on, and then we play a bit, and then zombies you can play with 4 people, and then the last guy comes on at like midnight. I'm like,
right.
Now I'm gonna want to play again, right? I'm gonna want to play at least one more game. Sure enough, I didn't go to bed till like 1:15.
Now, are you guys playing as a team against each other?
No, we're playing zombies. Like kind of like it's just not waves of zombies.
Okay.
So
okay, all right, I got it. Yep.
So needless to say, I was up kind of late Friday night.
Yeah, you get hooked into those games, though, man.
That's the problem. It's kind of like
it's
like once you start, it's hard to. I don't say it's hard to stop, and then luckily I actually fell asleep pretty quick because like before I would be like wired, like kind of like.
Yeah.
But I know I've been up since because this was Friday. I went to work. I've been up since like 4:30.
Yeah, it's good. Johnny's playing too. Keep his mind off it a little bit. Everything else,
He ain't gonna be playing much when
when
the child comes. That's what I try to tell him. I'm like, you don't know how your night's gonna go. You don't want to play till 12, 1 o'clock, and then the baby's up crying at.
Right. Exactly.
You're
right. Yeah, you're right. I know.
Today is our 8th wedding anniversary.
Is it really?
Yes,
Happy
it is.
anniversary.
Thank you.
Oh, that's right. It is.
Right the day before Veterans Day.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
I'm sure if you go on Facebook, I know, I was popping on because you show you like what happened years ago.
Yeah.
I could see a bunch of pictures of everybody. They show you.
Cool.
So
yeah, I gotta look. I haven't went on, but yeah.
But so our anniversary's
8
today.
years.
We're going out to dinner tonight.
Right.
And tomorrow we're taking a little ride to the Yankee Candle Village in Massachusetts.
Oh boy, that's nice there now though. It's changed a lot since I went there.
Really? Yeah. Oh yeah. We went. It's funny to say because again, one of these timeline things. We went last year with Stella.
Oh, did you?
And my mother was going to come too because she liked going. It's a nice. I don't know if Marie and Chloe. It's a nice little day trip. Because I think from here it's like an hour and a half, so it's not far. But it's right off 91.
Yes.
I mean, it's a straight shot up there, and there's really. I mean, we're going to go tomorrow, so it's Monday. Hopefully, there shouldn't be a lot of people there.
No, that's a smart day to go. Yeah,
it's straight shot up, and I know we got to go too when they have coupons. So I know because we're gonna buy we're gonna buy Christmas candles.
Okay.
So they'll have like buy 2, get 2 for free.
Oh, that's good.
So I mean that's the way. And then she's got coupons and stuff like that. So we're gonna go up there. We'll probably go early and get there when they open. So
does that have the carp thing there anymore?
The what?
It used to have like a car thing, a car show like thing.
I don't think so.
You used to have like a building because they changed a lot of that, and they have maybe it's different time of year, maybe it's when it's different time of year. They used to have I never saw it, but I heard they had done that.
Yeah,
like a car thing out there, so like antique cars. Mm-hmm. But I haven't been there in a long time.
I know they do have. There's a brewery right down the road that's pretty popular.
Yeah, right.
They added a lot, but it's it'll be a good time. So we'll get some candles and.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
And it'll be
that'll be a lot of fun.
Little trip. I know they got the whole. I don't know if you've seen the inside. They got the little toy area. There's toys and all sorts of stuff like that. Santa.
And Santa's there, right?
I think so, actually.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun.
We'll see.
You're right. Going on a Monday though.
Yeah.
Instead of a Sunday or a Saturday.
Well, it's funny because I think I think she has to work tomorrow.
Right.
I have it off because it's Veterans Day. I think she's gonna call out or have a half a day.
Half a day, yeah.
So
it's a good idea.
Yeah, something to do. I like I like going. It's nice, but
that'll be fun.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, and then I know we got that holiday, and then we're right around the
man. It's coming fast.
Thanksgiving, I know.
Yeah,
it's right around the corner, but we'll get into that. In a few weeks or so. We'll talk about Christmas, Thanksgiving. But now we're here to talk about the Bad News Bears, huh?
Bad News Bears. Yes.
This is an interesting movie.
That's the one we're doing. It's the Bad News Bears from 1976 because there was a remake after that. The release date was April 7th, 1976. 1976. Wow. Box office info, the budget was $9 million. It grossed $42 million. Not bad for 76.
No, not bad. It's very good.
No. Directed by Michael Ritchie. Starring Walter Matthau as Coach Morris Buttermaker. Never knew his first name was Morris. I've seen it 100 times. Tatum O'Neal as Amanda Wurlitzer. Vic Morrow as Roy Turner. Joyce Van Patten as Cleveland. And Jack Earl Haley as Kelly Leak. And I also put down Chris Barnes as Tanner Doyle because he was... There's a lot of other people in it, but he was funny.
Yeah.
Simple synopsis. An aging, down on his luck ex-minor leaguer coaches a team of misfits in an ultra-competitive California Little League. 2 nominations and 1 win. 1 hour and 42 minutes. I don't know. Where'd you watch it?
Amazon Prime.
Plus?
I had to pay.
Amazon Prime? Okay.
Where'd you watch it?
DVD.
Oh, you have it, huh?
Yeah, I have DVD. Yeah, I got the other one too. Yeah, I got them both.
Did you?
I finally found one I have.
That's funny.
All right. So here we go. Frank's 5 fun facts. Take it away, Frank. What do you got?
All right, so this is another one. Let's see here. So Bill Lancaster's screenplay was based on his experience with his father, Burt Lancaster. Buttermaker was based on Burt, who was known for his grumpiness, and the character of Amanda was based on himself. And I guess it said Burt Lancaster would later be cast as an aged version of the early 20th century ball player Archibald Moonlight Graham in Field of Dreams. I did not know that.
In 1989? I had no idea Bill Lancaster was the writer of the... Had no idea.
Really?
I had no idea that was his... Yeah. That's his son, right? Yes. His son, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, interesting. So, let's see here. Number 2. So, Tatum O'Neal trained with a professional sports trainer for several weeks before filming during August of 97. It said so she can get her pitch perfect, I guess, so to speak. Although some of the pitches in the movie were done by stunt doubles, O'Neal did the bulk of them her own. I just goes to show you a little bit of the training.
Yeah, and it says rare for a movie like this. You don't see that too much where they pitched a lot. There's a lot of scenes where she's pitching.
Yeah, so, I know.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty impressive.
Let's see. Fact number 3. So these are kind of like what ifs. Walter Matthau, right?
Walter Matthau, yeah.
Yep. Was a third choice to play Morris Buttermaker. Steve McQueen and Warren Beatty were offered the part, but both turned it down due to involvements with other projects. Also said that Jodie Foster was cast at one point to play Amanda, but dropped out to play Iris in Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver. Also said Christy McNall as well was also considered.
Yeah, that was that group back then. Yeah.
I mean, for what's her face, Jodie Foster. I mean, obviously, she made the right call. I
could have seen her playing the part though.
Yeah.
But you can't she made the right move.
Yeah, Taxi Driver. Yeah, she made the right move. I think this is where your age is going to show a little bit because you know a lot of these people and I don't.
Yeah, I do.
I don't know. What about Warren Beatty and who's the other guy?
Steve McQueen.
Yeah, what do you think?
Steve McQueen. No, he did a lot of action movies. Warren Beatty might have did it well. He would have fit the part a little better. Yeah, Steve McQueen. No,
gotcha.
Steve McQueen.
A little bit about location. So, fact number 4: the baseball field is Mason Park in Chatsworth, California. The
baseball field located was part of the larger recreation park and had no car lot directly beside it. So loose dirt was laid down, and a contemporary cement ramp was installed at the curb to create it look like a parking lot. And I guess I got another little thing there that says the filmmakers used handheld cameras for, I guess, many of the scenes to make it have like a documentary feel.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't see that. No, I saw that, but I didn't notice it.
No, I didn't either.
In the movie, not at all. But whatever. Yeah, but that's wild. So they had no parking lot, basically.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, that's crazy. The stuff they do to make these movies, it's amazing. You know, that's where a lot of this money comes too.
Yeah, no, you're right. We'll just build a parking lot.
We don't think about it.
Now thinking about it too, they had to be super hot. I mean, they filmed this in California in August.
Oh, I know.
I don't. Not today. Today's where they would have filmed this in March.
Oh, no doubt about it. I agree. I know
it's like in Florida. You ain't gonna film a baseball movie in Florida.
No. That's why they play baseball games and softball games at night here. They don't play in the daytime. I mean, they play some in the day, but they play them when it's like December or January or something. But
yeah.
It's hot.
Yeah, but my last fact. So included among the American. This is included among the American Film Institute 2000s list of the top 100 funniest movies, American movies. Also, I guess Quentin Tarantino, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and Kevin Smith have individually said that this is one of their favorite movies.
Yeah, it's very well done back then. And,
it's very well liked.
It is, and they used a lot of nobodies in it, and it worked. That's the amazing part. Very very well done.
It worked for back. It worked for back then.
Yeah, 1976. That's a long time ago.
Yeah,
long time ago.
So,
all right.
I don't know if I've seen this movie, and I might have seen bits and parts of it a while ago.
Right. Yeah, it's been on TV here and there.
Yeah, I've seen the remake with Billy Bob. I don't really remember it that much.
Very similar, almost identical, really.
Yeah. And we'll talk a little bit about that.
Yep.
But yeah, this was an interesting movie for me because I know it's well liked, and I know it's very popular among baseball fans. Yes. However, for myself, it took a little bit to kind of get going, and let's just say for me, swing and a miss. Not to say swing and a miss. That sounds a little brutal. But I'm trying to. I don't know. What do you tell us your thoughts on this? I'm sure you like the movie, right?
Oh yeah, I've always liked the movie. The movie's excellent. I mean, when I watched it when I was a kid, and remember, I was a kid. I was 15 when I watched this movie. Mm-hmm. No, I liked it. I thought it was very well done. I'll tell you one thing about this movie that I forgot all about it. The stuff they say in that movie. You could never say today.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of.
I'm not going to get into it, but you heard the one scene where Tanner says,
"Jews,
this and that we have this." Yeah, I can't believe that. I forgot about that. That's some brutal stuff.
He drops the
the
N-word.
A lot of swearing in this too.
Yeah,
these kids are all swearing.
Yeah,
I know. And again, this seems to be a kids movie, but it seemed like it was more geared towards adults.
Yes.
Or for older teens.
Yeah. Well, let's do like we usually do. Walter Matthau. I mean, it's you can't even. I know you don't really know.
I don't know. That's the thing. Is like you gotta. I haven't seen really any of his movies unless I.
No, he's done The Odd Couple. Not the one that was on TV, the original Odd Couple. He did Grumpier Old Men, Hello Dolly. That's with Barbara Streisand. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff. I couldn't give you a list.
Yeah.
Secret Life or Walter Mitty.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think he's even won a Academy.
So is he a comedy? Was he a comedy guy?
Yeah, comedy mostly, but he did some serious ones too.
Mm-hmm.
Very good actor. And then you got Tatum O'Neal. She did Paper Moon and Little Darlings. That's Ryan O'Neal's daughter.
Okay.
Another actor.
I've seen her in a few. I recognize the name.
Yeah. But it's hard for you. Vic Morrow, another good actor. He did the Combat series back in the 60s. That was like a war series. In other words, like like a sitcom, but I mean, it's a war series.
Yeah.
They're fighting Germans and stuff. They had everybody in those movies. And he was in that forever. Unfortunately, though, with him, I don't know if you knew this, with him, he was doing the Twilight Zone movie, and the helicopter scene, the helicopter lost control, and he and 2 other kids ended up dying in it. So, that's the way he died.
I was kind of surfing around and Googling stuff, and his death, I didn't even look into it because I figured you would know. It did say his death. That's unfortunately stuff happens.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing too: is nowadays that wouldn't happen.
No, I agree.
Because what year? That was what he died in 82.
82.
Wow,
6 years later.
He was 53.
That's all he was. Yeah. And one more person in this: Jack Earl Haley, Kelly Leak. He was in The Watchmen, Shutter Island, and remember, he's in the remake. And he played it great as Nightmare on Elm Street. He plays Freddy Krueger. Because he's a weird-looking thing now.
Yeah.
He's weird-looking. But he's a
a
good actor. He's still acting, still doing stuff, man, this guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He is kind of... It says he's in... Oh, yeah, The Watchmen, yeah.
That was a good movie, Watchmen.
Yeah, I don't know. Walter Matthau, he was... Maybe I just don't know him. He was okay for me. I feel like the kids kind of... Not say ruled the movie, but the kids were the comedic thing. His character in this was very dark and like.
Yes.
And at first I was like, "Is this supposed to be a comedy?" Because he's like a drunk and It didn't play like comedic like with Billy Bob Thornton.
I agree. I agree. And he had a temper in it.
Yeah,
he had a temper. He was drinking. Yeah.
Who would you cast if you can cast anybody else in this movie as far as the coach? I mean, if you're thinking now, just take a minute and think. If you can't think of it, who would you replace to do Matthau?
Oh, when? Back then?
Back then, who would you? Yeah, is there any other act? Like I know they said Warren Beatty. I know this is kind of like a broad. You got to think now.
Yeah.
Who else?
So many people. That's way back. I'm trying to think. That's so hard.
This movie kind of reminded me of not Sidekicks, the soccer one with No Respect.
Yeah, Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, that's what this movie kind of reminded me of. I knew there was going to be
Ladybugs.
Yeah, I knew there was going to be like dated jokes and.
Yeah. You're right though. It has a little. He has that little edge to him. He's an alcoholic. Mm-hmm. He cleans. What do you call it? He cleans pools on the side. He used to be an ex-ball player, minor leaguer. Mm-hmm. So he's basically washed up here. But they needed somebody to coach the team, and
you see that in a lot of movies. It's always just like we saw it in Hardball, or a few other movies where it's like some straight collar rich guy who's like, I don't have time to coach this team, so let me hire the town drunk or somebody else to kind of and the whole reason. Which was weird is he starts this another team so his kid can play.
Yeah,
doesn't go to any games though. Really, he goes to the championship.
Oh yeah, of course he does.
But
yeah, you're right. I know.
I just thought it was funny.
It's a different kind of game. It's a different kind of movie. Much different. Like I said, the swearing in it is which I forgot about that. There was a lot of swearing in that. Yeah, a lot of stuff those kids did. And then how about when he takes his kid out too, and he he throws him down or whatever he does. Remember Dick Morrow? Remember with this kid on the mound, whatever.
Smacks him in the face.
A lot of that stuff you couldn't get away with in movies today. So it's
back then it was just. Can we talk about the sexualizing of what's her face, Tatum O'Neal? A little bit of.
Oh yeah.
She's.
Don't
get me wrong. She played it perfect, cute. California girl. I mean, again, I'm not thinking of her sexualized, but she was a cute girl. I mean,
she was. She's 13 in that show.
Well, she's supposed to be 11 in the movie.
Yeah, but she's 13, and Jack Earl Haley's 15. He's the oldest one in the show.
Okay, and there's the scene. First of all, she's selling maps on the side of the road by herself. Where's the mother? We don't know.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine Chloe doing that by herself?
It's funny you said that. I know some of those scenes when you think about it. I know. Come on. You gotta be kidding me.
So there was that scene, and then she tries to get the kid, Kelly Leak, to kind of join the team. Yeah. And I knew they were going to go this way. She's like, hey, I beat you. You joined the team. What do I get? And then he kind of smiles, like he hints at something.
Oh, you gotta love it.
And she comes out. She's like, I gotta go on a date with him. And even he says it in the movie. He's like, date? He's like, you're 11. And she's like, oh, well, lots of 11-year-olds are going out on dates.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. Maybe that was the time back then. I don't know.
Maybe they were.
I hope not.
You're right. I like that. Yeah, but isn't there a scene? Me and Linda were talking about. Isn't there a scene in The Karate Kid? There's one in that with the girl goes in and I forgot who it was. One of the girls that goes in there and she says, "Yeah, I'll get him the what do you call it?" Mm-hmm. I forgot what it was. It was one of those movies, and she lost too. And she gets in the car and he says, "You lost?" He says, "Yeah, I got to go out with him."
Really?
I forgot what it was. Yeah, I got to look back and see what it was. But that was so I've seen very similar to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
Again, I just knew right away. It's just they're riding on the Harley Davidson, which looked like a moped, but it looked it sounded like a moped. It looked like a motorcycle.
But I guess it was a Harley though. I read a little bit in the.
They're not wearing a helmet on that thing, was he?
Nah. Oh no. He had a helmet the first time.
Maybe he was. Yeah, no, you're right.
I don't think that was him the first time. I was looking at that scene. Remember the first kid that's riding?
Yeah.
I was looking. I know they had the helmet on. I don't think he was doing that in that scene. I don't think it was him. I think it was somebody else. But I'm looking at him saying, "Who's this kid?" It's not Kelly Leak, unless it was some other idiot doing it.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So that's. There's that. What else?
You like that part, huh?
Well, see, and he throws beers at because we're talking about all the messed up stuff that wouldn't, first. He throws the beer at her face too, and he's yelling at her like he's like, "I didn't come look for you 2 years ago" or something like that.
Yeah. A lot of anger issues in that. Oh, he's an alcoholic. I mean,
the guy Vic Morrow grabs the kid Kelly when he's like he's like, "I'm just sitting here in the bleachers."
Oh yeah,
and he kind of grabs him, not like I think he kind of eventually kind of like, "Oh, look what I did." It was a little out of line, but yeah, a lot of that stuff. Yeah,
you could do that though. Mm-hmm. You could do that back then. You can get away with that. You can't get away with that today.
You could. If that happened now, he wouldn't coach a game
he wouldn't coach
again.
Anybody. No, it's changed. The world's changed a lot back then.
Yeah,
you got to remember that's 10 years before. What? 89 you were born? Yeah, it's 13 years before you were born. There's a lot of stuff you don't know. When I was in school, not make a real quick thing. When I was in school, it must have been 70s. Yeah, we had kids that would misbehave. I had a lady, a teacher. She picked a kid up right like this and lifted him right up on the wall. Says, "Don't be doing that no more," and dropped him down. Nothing ever happened.
I'm sure. Didn't Linda get hit?
Me too. I got it done to me. Oh, that's my wife. Yeah.
The nuns.
Yeah, the nuns.
I
used to have nuns too when I used to go to nursery school. Oh yeah, they got away with a lot of stuff back then. You could do that back then. Oh yeah, lot different back then. Mm-hmm. But getting back, you got to remember too, the Little League didn't want nothing to do with this movie. Just so you know, the Little League, okay, in the whole country. If you notice, they don't have any patches or nothing on. They didn't want nothing to do with it because of I guess because of the swearing and all that stuff. They didn't want nothing to do with it. Yeah. So that's one thing they didn't do. So they didn't get none of that.
Wow.
Did you notice another thing in the movie? All the different things, Pizza Hut, they went to. Remember Pizza Hut and Denny's, all that stuff on their backs. Mm-hmm. Back then, that you could do that on TV. You had no problem with it. Now,
you had to.
And you didn't cost you anything.
Now you have to pay a fortune.
Exactly. Yeah, it was free advertisement for those places. They didn't care.
But
now any of that stuff you got to get rights to do it. Yeah.
You're right, but Budweiser could have made out like a bandit in this movie. He's drinking at the end of the first scene.
Yep, and he had 7 different. If you pay attention to it, I tried to a little bit. He had like 7 different kinds. I
saw like a Miller High Life.
Schlitz. Yeah, he had all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I thought that was funny. But yeah, but getting back to the movie, I mean, it was hysterical when how bad those kids were, though.
Yeah.
And they all wanted to play. They just were. They had nobody taught them anything. They never got,
Yeah, no, you need fundamentals.
Yeah, it's fundamentals. And the two Spanish kids, the Mexican kids.
Yeah.
Did you read that?
They didn't speak any English.
No. They didn't know how to speak Spanish. They only knew English.
Really?
And they didn't do it in the movie. I don't know why. Yeah.
Huh.
They're from Los Angeles.
Really? Yeah.
They are
Okay.
Mexican. They didn't know any Mexican at all.
Really?
Any Spanish. So if that was a fallacy, I'm really surprised they did it that way. But they didn't know anything. Maybe the few words you heard were just script. That's all.
Really?
Because they could speak perfectly.
Well, I was waiting. And it's funny because I know the time. So I was waiting I was like, oh, okay, here comes the Hispanic and the black jokes, or even two of the Muslim jokes because his name is Ahmed, and he says something about this one's for Allah or something, or he says or Muhammad, something like that.
And you remember too, he mentions Hank Aaron,
Mm-hmm.
and he tells him the story about Hank Aaron and all that.
Yeah, striking out or whatever.
Yeah, made up story. But I mean, it was just trying to get him positive things to use.
I tell you what, though, I don't know if I'm signing up to coach any Little League anytime soon. The way they were acting with the kid, I was like, how do you even coach anything?
I know. Yeah. The money was interesting. I was reading this.
That's a lot of money, huh?
Walter Matthau was paid $750,000. It's a lot of money back then.
Well, of course.
Wow,
That's a lot of money right now.
Oh, sure it is. Tatum O'Neal was paid $350,000 and 8% of the net profit.
That's a lot for a child.
Yeah. So she cleaned up in that.
Yeah.
Well, she makes the movie.
Yeah.
She
No,
is
you're
the
right.
movie.
And also too is I think it's because it's a girl. She brings a little like innocence to the movie. It's
very good. Yep.
As rough and tough as she kind of comes out to be, she brings that like sweet little innocence to the movie.
Yeah. But did you notice something about him, though? It was nice about Walter Matthau. And as the time went on, the kids got better.
Yes.
They had more fun with them, and they enjoyed themselves playing,
Mm-hmm.
I like in the end, remember he sits all the good players down, he says, let these guys play.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
And you end up
That's
losing.
what it's all about. Yeah, lose by a run, but they didn't lose, though. They were the winners.
No, you're right.
Think about it. Yeah. It's very well done. I mean, but like you said, it's a lot of the stuff that were used in it. I was a little...
You're right. But, again, this did have a lot of funny scenes. I know it was funny when the kid's in the tree, and it's funny, he calls him a honky. I just started laughing. He's like half naked. And I think Walter goes, hey, what do you call me a racist? Or he says, there's no racist talk or something like that.
No racist talk. Yeah, that was good. A honky.
What was it? I almost lost it when the kid Kelly, he tells him, he's like, cover for all the kids. He's like, he tells Kelly to cover and catch all the balls instead of like it was near you.
I know.
And he catches one. It's like towards the end of the thing. He catches one, and right in front of Chris Barnes. Yes. And the look on his face, like, because again, the kid Chris Barnes is like a little hothead. Like it looked like he might as well have stabbed him in the back. He was like, "This mother,"
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he was funny. He was funny, and I was like, here come the fat jokes. The big fat kid gets all the fat jokes, and we saw that coming. Huh?
That was me. That was me in the movie.
Too.
I love it. Yeah, that was me.
For some reason, I thought, and maybe this is in the remake. I haven't seen the remake in a long time. I thought they were sponsored by a strip club. Is that in the remake?
I think the remake is. Yeah, they had the Bales Bondsman for this.
Which is funny.
Yeah, it is funny. I think you're right. I think it was a strip club. I think it's different. And remember, I think he's an exterminator in the new one.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
He's an exterminator.
Yeah.
And they're cleaning. How about all the kids are helping him clean the pool?
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, it is. And you got the one kid on there that's the scientist kind of kid, the mathematic guy. Well, if we do this and do that.
Stats.
It was good. It was such a good... Yeah, but look who you had there, in all seriousness. You had a black kid. Mm-hmm. You had a Jewish kid.
Spanish.
Yeah, a Spanish kid. You had the whole group there.
Just
you had a fat kid, a skinny kid. a kid like Lupus that was like probably would have been like almost like autistic today. The poor kid.
Yeah.
The way he was there, they had a little bit of everything. In there. So if you're, so.
And you know what? And I guess this is part where you got to give them credit. There's a lot of all the newer sports movies with the kids and everything like that. They all grab from this movie.
Oh yeah,
no doubt about it. You know, bits and pieces. You know, the coach and this kid's got asthma. So like, I mean, this movie had paved the way for a lot of. You know, we wouldn't have Sandlot if it wasn't for this movie.
You're right.
I think we talked about it. This was like, as far as kids' sports movies, I mean, in the 70s, this had to be, close to being the first one?
I would say, yeah. Kids one? Yeah. Yeah. It's probably except for the Little Rascals. It's probably
I think
for a movie. I think
movie.
It is.
I'm trying to remember. Like, I'm trying to think, like, are there any football... There's not really any kids' football movies.
I don't know. I'm trying to think back in the 70s. I'm not saying there's not. It might be some movie that stunk, I mean, that we don't know about. But, yeah, you're right. That's a good point. That's a real good point. Yeah, definitely.
Because, I mean, again, the 90s has got all of them. It was when the 90s, the early 90s created just, like, the wave of, like, Mighty Ducks, Sandlot.
They did.
There's a ton more of them.
You can go on and on. I mean, it's endless.
Yeah.
Heavyweights, not heavyweights. Little Giants.
Little Giants. You're right. Yeah.
Another good movie. Yeah. But you know what's funny though? Remember that scene where he tells Kelly to catch all the balls? Remember? And he lets that one go when he comes back. You do what I tell you out there. You've seen that Little Giants that was in there.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
You've seen that in so many movies that they pull it from. You do what I tell you to do. You're out there. You know, so I mean, you're right. They pull from that movie. There's no doubt about it. I don't care what anybody says because it works. That's why. And Vic Morrow. Here's a little trivia for you. I knew this.
Yeah.
Vic Morrow and Walter Matthau starred together in a film. The first was King Creole, starring Elvis Presley.
Really?
Your mother would have liked that one.
I haven't seen any of Elvis Presley's movies. Is there any one?
I really haven't much of them.
I was gonna say, is there any one worth watching?
Oh no, they're pretty good. He could have. Nah, he was. He didn't want to sing in all his movies. He wanted to become a real good actor. He wanted to be an actor like James Dean. That's what he wanted to be. But he never gave him a chance.
Unfortunately,
because everybody wanted to see him perform and sing. They didn't want to see him act. But he wasn't bad. I've watched some of his movies. King Creole was actually a very good movie. He did a nice job. Yeah. And here's another thing. The story takes place and was filmed in Los Angeles, but I don't know if you knew this, but most of the cast have very noticeable. They're from New York.
No, it'd be cool if it'd be interesting to watch it again now.
And you can look.
And you can probably listen. You know, it was another joke. I'm looking at my notes here. We talking about Amanda. She made a note. Remember when she gets kicked in the chest?
Yeah, that was brutal.
She makes a joke. She's like, like the little chest I got. It's fine.
That was good.
It's fun. It was funny, but like I'm like, okay, you're like 11. Like, I feel like that would be okay if you made it like this is a team in high school,
right?
The whole thing with even the romance between him and her, like you could pitch that, but again, they were either a little young for my blood, but.
Yeah, I know. But you got to remember, like.
Yeah, you're right. No, it's just sad. I'm just looking at.
I'll give you an idea. My sister, I told you, she passed away, right? My sister Kathy, when she was 14 years old, like 13, 14, she had the body of a 19-year-old. Mm-hmm. She grew quick. Yeah, she was like 6 feet tall.
What is it when we watched Raging Bull?
Yeah,
that's the one where he goes out with.
I think so.
The teenager.
Yeah.
Different time.
So I'm just telling you, some people grow quicker than others.
Oh, that's true.
My sister Kathy was married when she was 15.
Really?
Yeah. Not down the aisle, but yeah.
I got you.
So that's another story. But yeah. So it can happen,
Yeah.
You can be very, everything is there.
Developed.
Yeah. I guess they did say some of the pitching scenes were made with a wig male double.
Mm-hmm.
Being filmed from behind the back. I think you read something.
It had to be a pretty short.
Yeah.
Male, but
Oh, this is interesting. I read this before. The Bears were the only team in the league whose nickname and colors were not borrowed. That's interesting. From a major league team.
Yeah.
This helped reinforce their status as misfits and underdogs. Once again, and not for nothing, Michael Ritchie, that was the director. He directed one of your movies you love, Cool Runnings. He was the writer of that.
Really? Wow. Another
Fletch, that's with Chevy Chase, and Golden Child with Eddie Murphy.
Wow.
That's an excellent movie, Golden Child. But yeah, so what do I want to tell you here?
I thought his windshield was cracked throughout the whole movie. I thought that was really funny.
Oh my!
You don't
God.
see those type of big boat cars anymore like that. Like
No,
they're all old.
The Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had a Lincoln. I think no. I don't know what that one was.
It said what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was something. How about how about Engelberg, whatever his name is, with the candy bar and he has chocolate on the ball.
Yep. I know.
How about when they had to wear the cups?
Oh, I know. It's funny. It's like
She's not wearing it.
the kid gets nailed in the nuts.
Oh my God! I tell you, man, it was.
Have you? And I know now. I know you've been in softball and like you've seen a lot. You've seen. I'm sure you've seen your share of softball games. Have you seen anything bad as far as like a parent reacting to something? What's as far as it's gone? And I'm sure it has. But
well,
go ahead.
Here's a perfect example.
Yeah.
When Robert was playing in the Little League, wasn't against Robert, but when Robert was playing in the Little League in West Haven, there was a kid that used to play third base for a team, and the mother and father used to sit basically almost right at third base. I'm not lying to you. They were farther back. They would beat on that kid the whole game. It's his own kid. It was brutal.
Really?
It was brutal. And the coach we had, Messina, he used to have little Johnny try my Jonathan. He'd have him get up there and try and tell him, not lying to you, this is true. Get close to the plate.
I don't get hit.
Maybe hit you, yeah. So he can get on base.
I mean, you see, he did it in the movie, yeah.
So, it does happen in real life, yeah, it does. So that's what I've seen, anyways.
That's
There's a lot of kooky people, man. Basketball games and we used to play. Some of the parents, it's insane.
Yeah,
it's a game.
It's a game. I know. I don't remember.
How about you?
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. I'm sure we've had a few basketball games that, like, I don't think anything's gone out of hand though.
Well, that's good. Yeah,
and even I'm sure Casey can tell you maybe a few, or her mother can tell you a few stories about, because her brother played hockey all through high school, and he played college too. So I'm sure he got a laundry list of instances.
So that's the brother that you.
Huh?
That was the brother.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got one brother. Yeah, he played for Assumption College.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
wow,
he was a lefty.
Impressive.
So,
not many of those. Oh wow!
I'm not sure what position he played.
Yeah, that's impressive though.
But
it's hard playing college hockey. I couldn't even imagine that.
Yeah, no, I know.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, is there anything else you want to talk and discuss? That's about all I got. The scene where she's doing ballet was actually really funny. The kid's got a bucket of chicken and he's eating it, and you know what I'm talking about when Amanda's doing ballet, and
yes, yeah,
the other one's hitting on all like the older ladies.
Kelly Leak, remember?
Yeah,
but the girl, what is she, like 30?
I know.
How about when they put poor Tanner? They put him in the garbage can. Those kids were brutal, weren't they?
Well, it was. I know it was funny because you see him kind of stick up for the other kid.
I know,
and he's funny. He's a small kid,
isn't he?
A lot of those kids looked alike too. They were all, and maybe that was why they purposely casted some of them kids. They were all short, blonde hair kids. You know, like I don't know, maybe like a California kid. You know.
Yeah, Tanner was only. I'm looking at the ages here. Tanner was 10. Miguel was 8. Timmy Lupus, the youngest, age 6. So Timmy could have never played. That's impossible. He would have had to play in like a T-ball league.
Yeah, he did look young.
It's a movie. It says it because he'd be too young. And it was in the back, if you read here, it did say Timothy Lupus is clearly suggested to be autistic. Very interesting, which they probably didn't even know what it was back then. So.
Who is this? Which kid?
Lupus.
Lupus.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the show.
Gotcha.
Not.
No, I got you. Wow.
I'm sure he was fine, but yeah. And the oldest was Whitewood, I don't know who that is. He's 14. Kelly's 14. I'm sorry, I thought Kelly was 15. Stein was 14. Ogilvy's 13. Engelbert's 12. Amanda's 12. Ahmed's 12. Yeah, okay, so that was their ages, but I was looking at their dates when they were born. So they were probably in the show, they were 12 years old. Okay. Feldman was 11, Tanner was 10. But, yeah. But, yeah. No, it was, like I said, I enjoyed it. I've watched it a bunch of times. And like I said,
all right,
it's pretty dark in some of those parts of the movie.
That's what I was saying.
Is, like you said, yeah. He's throwing stuff at people, and it's just crazy stuff.
Well, and I think
it worked. I guess
we've come across this where we watch some of these older movies that came out that were classic hits at the time.
Right, you're right. It's true.
They're a little rough. Again, I don't know. Let's say the word. Whether it's dated.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. What was another one? Like, we watched a Slapshot.
Yep.
It was like one of the first hockey ones.
Yes.
It was a decent movie, but again, some of the stuff when it was just kind of, you know.
I agree with you. I agree.
And you know what? It's just as time changes, we all change and stuff changes, you know.
They could get away with it back then. That's what it was. You could never have a movie like this today. Not like that.
No.
And the Bad News Bears, the new one, was very done. It was very well done. Very similar. Almost exact.
Yeah.
But it was a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
And not for nothing. Have you done that one?
The what?
Did you do that?
Bad News?
The Bad News Bears, the other one with...
No. With Billy
okay.
Bob?
Good. We should do that. So it's really good.
Yeah.
And one sad note on it, not that it makes any difference, is the girl that's in it, that plays the part, awesome part, she dies very young.
Really?
In life. Yeah, I forgot what happened to her. Yeah,
wow.
What a shame. But, yeah. But that's it. You want to get to the...
Yeah, you want to go... Ratings gave it a 7.3. IMDb? Yeah, do you want to go?
Yeah. I'm going to go with the time that it was. In 1976, $42 million. That's a lot of money for a movie. So somebody liked it. Remember, these are in the movie theaters back, too. Remember, too, there's no, what do you call it here? There's no DVDs.
Yep.
VHS maybe is coming in, but yeah, so I'm going to do, I love the cast. I thought it was very good. I said a little dark here and there, but that's the time. That's my time. So when I was a kid. I'm going to give it about a 7. I'll go a 7. I go a 7.5 for it.
Okay.
I'll give it a couple more than it was. So I wasn't going to go too crazy with it, but it's good. Yeah.
All right.
Well, boy.
Here we go. Right here we go. Right. And it's I don't know. I think why you like it so much is it's the nostalgic. You know, it's why I like The Sandlot. It's what we grew up on.
I agree.
Again, unfortunately, I was. I don't know. I put this movie up because I know a lot of people love this movie. It's a very popular baseball sports movie. For me, I probably wouldn't care to watch it again.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it for that time, and that's why it's hard to. I'm trying to come up with a number because I don't want to ding it too bad. Because again, for that time, I'm gonna go 6.5. Unfortunately,
that's fine. That's nothing wrong with that. What are you gonna do? I mean, it's not an Academy Award-winning movie. It's
what it is. But yeah,
but it opened the door.
That's what I'm giving it. I probably will go even lower, but it opened the door for a lot.
6.5 is good
for a lot of movies, for a lot of the kids' movies. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. Very good.
So let's see here. We got next movie. We're gonna do Karate Kid Part 2.
Right. 2.
Yep. Part 2.
Okay.
So I guess I don't know if you want to watch the first one. I'm sure you've seen it numerous times.
Yeah, those are excellent.
I said, when the last time you've watched the Karate Kid? It's been a while, huh?
I don't. Yeah, but I know by heart, really.
Yeah.
2, I haven't seen in a while. So
you know what? We watched it. I want to say, I don't know, a few years ago, and I didn't remember it at all. And it was actually a lot better than I remembered it to be.
Yeah.
Because it takes place in Okinawa.
Yes.
Which is
very good. Yeah.
You know, again, a beautiful country. You know,
Yeah.
So, so that's the next movie, and I don't know. Is there anything you want to talk about?
I want to talk about that show that you gave us.
You watched it, huh? Aaron Hernandez, American Sports Story.
That's
Awesome, right?
Unbelievable. That guy that plays the part is phenomenal.
He is.
He's phenomenal in it. Remember, he's an actor. He's not really plays it phenomenal. And November 12th is the final.
Next week, this Tuesday.
That's
the last episode. Are you're all caught up and everything?
Oh yeah, all caught up. Oh yeah, it was excellent. Thank you for that. It was really good.
And again, it just happened to be fitting that I forget what I was going to say, but I know we and Linda were talking about it. It's a shame because again,
what a shame.
The impact that he had. I feel like he played for 4 or 5 years.
I know, me too.
Like 2 years.
That's it. I didn't realize that. Yeah. It's really a sad story.
It's sad. You're right.
Is.
I don't like how they're portraying the NFL to be like this bad, like it's because of the NFL, they're sweeping it under the rug, which I guess they kind of did a little bit. Yeah. But I don't know. Do you kind of know where I'm going with?
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Like they're perfect, the NFL. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Come on. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, it's very good. I'm looking to. And I'm kind of glad they extended. And I thought they were just going to end it with him getting arrested, and that was that. So,
yeah.
Because I forgot all about it. He's the same age as me.
Yeah, that's right.
Same age as me, and he died. 2017, I think.
Something like that. Yeah. What a shame. Yeah, it was like 5 years after or 4 years after.
Shame.
And you think about that to get into it. Think about the part there in court. If it wasn't for those two guys being there, they could have never stuck it with him. They didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? They never found the gun. I don't think or nothing.
No.
They couldn't have. So but that guy turned him in.
I know.
He made a deal. I think. I think
sure
he made a deal.
Yeah,
he got like 4 years or something.
I didn't remember any of that. That's the thing.
Yeah,
I was like, obviously he gets convicted because I think they end up pinning him on the double murder in Boston.
Yeah. Crazy. What a crazy thing.
And then,
a lot of stupidity in that too, though. Can't leave the car in there. Get rid of that car. Mm-hmm. Drop that. Take the plates off and drop it in the ocean.
And now he puts his fiance in an awful predicament because it's like, well, who are you going to side with? He kills his pretty much his brother-in-law or whatever. They're not.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But it was good though. Thanks for telling me about it.
Yeah.
Very good. So.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Anything else you got?
That's it.
All right. So, that's a ball game.